Hey, what's up guys? Welcome everyone to a new video for this channel. Today I bring you the first English version of eSports FC25. So in this video, I'm going to tell you and show you everything that this version of eSports FC includes. But first, I want to introduce myself because you don't know me, you don't know who I am, or the context behind this, right? So first of all, I'm Charlie. My content has always been in Spanish. This is the first version and the first video almost speaking English. I'm from El Salvador, so my dominant language is not English. I speak Spanish, but I have currently translated my version of eSports FC into English, added text and narrations in English, and I've also been practicing a bit of English to upload a video explaining the process in English, showing you the game in English, and also a tutorial at the end of the video for people who don't know how to install this game. I'm going to make a tutorial so you can install it without any problems. So I am Charlie, I'm from El Salvador. I don't speak English, I speak very little English, so if you hear me mispronounce a word or make a reference incorrectly, I don't do it with the intention to offend. It's simply because my English is not good. So I ask for your support because I am going to start uploading content in English. I have been uploading content in Spanish for a year now, but from now on I will start uploading content in English. So please leave a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel and become members. I am going to tell you what the benefits are of becoming members of this channel. All channel members get their own skin with their super realistic face and also their own narration within the game. The member's skin is initially added to my team, the Capybaras FC. Soon you will see videos where I will be doing career mode with the Capybaras FC, which is the team I have created. The member's skin is added to this team, the Capybaras FC. But if someone says, no Charlie, I don't want to play with the Capybaras FC, Papigo or 𝙘𝙘𝙧𝙗𝙗, I want my skin to be Montrasis on my favorite team. We can also do that. For example, my favorite team is Real Madrid. And look here, I take Charlie and he is already in Real Madrid. But without a doubt, the most top-notch, the most epic thing yet is being able to hear our name in the commentaries. So here I'm going to show you a gameplay so you can see what it would be like to hear your own name inside the game.
Tchouaméni,
Charlie,
and here's Vinicius Junior.
So all channel members get their own skin with their face and their narration inside is the game. But anyway, now that that's been said, I'm going to show you what things are included in this game. First of all, I want to clarify that the narrations are not yet complete because there are still some call names that I need to update, so some players have an incorrect call name that says another player's name, but don't worry, within a month I'll have that completely fixed. For now, what I want you to focus on is the graphics, the gameplay, and everything related to the game itself, right? As for the narrations, like I said, I promise to have them all finished within a month. Not a single player will be left without their call name. Second, as you all saw in the intro of the video, the new Santiago Bernabéu is already implemented, but in this version it's not available yet. Why? Because I've set a goal. When we reach 5,000 subscribers plus 25 channel members, I will make the new Santiago Bernabéu available to everyone. That's the goal I've set for my channel, because the new Santiago Bernabéu took a lot of work and also a fairly significant financial investment. So the least I can ask for is your support. So everyone subscribe, and those who can support become channel members, and you'll also get your own skin. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to download and install this game. Step number 1 is to download the files for this game. Obviously, these files are on this blog. For every version, every update that I upload, I always leave the blog link in the description of each video. You scroll down to the end and here you can see the 3 files. In total, there are 3 files. The ISO file, the textures, and also the save data. If you notice that there are 2 files named ISO, you only need to download one. The difference is that one ISO file has the normal camera and the other file has the PS4 style camera. You decide which ISO you want to download. For the ISOs, you will only download one ISO file, then the textures, and also the save data, and that would be, let's say, everything. But I'm going to show you how to download each of the files so you don't have any issues when downloading them. The process to download the files is the same for all 3. You simply click on the blue text of the file you want to download. and this still won't take you to the download link. This will load an ad, but you just go back when the ad appears, go back, and then click continue again. When another ad appears, go back again, and then click continue once more. And it will show you about 2 or 3 ads like this. By the 3rd or 4th try, the button that says I'm not a robot will appear. We click on I'm not a robot, complete the reCAPTCHA to prove we're not a robot, verify, and then here we just have to wait a few seconds. It's 6 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 6 seconds. So we wait those 6 seconds and then we click the blue button here, and the file will load for us on MediaFire. To download the file from MediaFire, just click anywhere, and your file will start downloading right here. I did the example with the normal camera ISO. Here you can see that the file is already downloading, and it's the same with each of the files, with the textures and also with the saved data. Once all 3 files are downloaded, we're going to install 2 applications. The first is this one called PSP Emulator and 𝙤𝙖𝙬𝙬. We only need these 2 applications to play and to install the game. It's very easy, and you can find these 2 applications on the Play Store, the App Store, and basically in any store. But for the PSP Emulator, we need to install version 1.11. Since my version of FC25 is specifically developed for version 11. And if you download the version from the Play Store or App Store, you might run into issues when playing. Not everyone has problems, but some people do, because they aren't using version 1.11. So to download version 1.11, go to my blog, and here in red letters is the version you need to install. Click on it, then Bernabéu 10. Then as before, go straight to MediaFire 10, download and turn the PSP Emulator version 1.11 file, but install it na, and that's it. You can install 𝙤𝙬𝙬𝙬 from whichever app store you prefer. And once we have all 3 files downloaded and these 2 applications installed, we're now ready to install the game. The first thing we're going to do is open the PSP Emulator. We open the PSP Emulator, wait for it to load. And although we haven't noticed, the emulator has done something very important. But first, let's set 𝙒𝙬𝙬𝙬, the PSP Emulator, to English. I don't know if it will appear in English or Spanish for you, but if not, we simply go here to Preferences, then select System, and where it says Language, we set it to English or whichever language you prefer. And now, we're going to open 𝙤𝙬𝙬𝙬. Here, I want you to notice something very important. When we opened the PSP Emulator, it created a folder called PSP, and inside this folder, there are other folders. The emulator has generated a folder called PSP, and inside this PSP folder are these other folders. There are 3 that are the most important and to which we need to pay close attention. The first is called Game, the second is called Textures, and the third is called Save Data. If you remember, we downloaded 3 files, the ISO file, Textures, and Save Data. So what we need to do is take the files we downloaded for the PSP folder and place each file in its respective folder. That's what we're going to do right now. And to know where the files we downloaded are, well, the files we download always end up in this folder called Downloads. In my case, I saved the game files in this folder called eSports FC, so I wouldn't show the files I have in Downloads and get them mixed up. So here are the 3 files: ISO, Save Data, and Textures. I already have them in a separate folder, but you will have them in the folder called Downloads. There, we'll look for these 3 files. First, I want you to notice that the files are compressed, which is why they have the zip extension. Notice that all 3 files end with .zip. This means they are compressed, they're closed, they're locked, however you want to call it, and that's why we're going to use 𝙤𝙬𝙬𝙬 to unlock the files and move them to the PSP folder. So let's quickly decompress the files and move them to the PSP folder. The first one is the ISO file. To decompress it and move it to the PSP folder, we simply click on it. Then a lot more options appear here. We're going to select the one that says Extract Ugon, and we're going to extract the file. Notice that a blue button with a downward arrow appears here. That's for decompressing or extracting. But we're going to extract it into the folder called PSP. To go to the PSP folder, we click on the name of the folder we're currently in. In my case, it says eSports FC, but for you, it will say downloads. We click on it, then we select where it says device storage, and here we're going to look for the folder called PSP. We click on PSP, and the ISO file goes inside the folder called 𝙒𝙖𝙧𝙬. So we go into the game folder, and here we click the blue button with the downward arrow and to unzip, and immediately the ISO file starts to decompress or extract. Now we have the ISO file decompressed and installed, and now we just need to repeat the same process with the textures and the save data, and then we are ready to play the game. So let's quickly repeat the same process with the textures and save data. Click on the name of the folder we're in, device memory, and let's look for the folder where the files are located. In your case, it's downloads. In my case, it's eSports FC. Click on the textures and then select extract mode, then the name of the folder we're in. Go to device memory, then look for the folder called PSP, and the textures go into the folder named textures. Click the button to extract, and here it will ask you for a password. The password is always on the blog where you download the files, but I usually set the password as Charly FC25, making sure to use the correct uppercase letters and also base the space. If not, it won't work for you. Once we've entered the password, now we click OK, and the textures will start extracting. This extraction process doesn't take more than a minute. I cut the video so it doesn't get too long, but it really doesn't take more than a minute. It's quick. And now we also have the textures extracted. So let's move on to the last file, and then we're ready to play. Click on the folder name. Click on the name of the folder where we are, device memory, then go to downloads, in my case EA SPORTS FC, and we're going to extract the save data. We click on it, select extract, then the name of the folder where we are, device memory, look for the PSP folder, and we're going to extract the save data into the folder called save data. We click on it, and this doesn't even take a second. So now we have the game installed, and now we can go to the PSP to play this awesome game. Here we go to games, then to PSP, then to game, and here is the game. Here all the games you have will appear. We enter, and the game is already loading for us. At first you can see that it's there. Well, there are some dark borders that look terrible, but we're going to remove them. But look, the game is amazing. You can already play. The quality as well, at the beginning you need to configure it so the game is at the highest possible quality. We go back, then we go to settings. Here in graphics, we're going to scroll down to where it says full screen. We activate it, and then we go into where it says screen area editor. Then here in options, we select the first option that says stretch. We go back, and you'll see that now we have full screen activated. I've noticed that many people don't have full screen activated because they don't know that by stretching it, full screen gets enabled. And so the game doesn't look a bit low quality. I'm going to tell you to activate this option here, which is rendering. Set the rendering resolution to automatic, and that will fix it. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked the tutorial. I hope you can really enjoy this game. There are many more updates coming soon. See you.